watch Fresh Prince and I be watching the Aunt Vivs a lot. The new Aunt Viv really didn't do much. Like, they really, like, watered her character down a whole lot. Like, the old Aunt Viv was sassy. She'd say something like, who you think you're talking to? Like, she would, like, get into stuff and, Will, I know you didn't, and tell her husband and her kids. And she had a career. She was a professor, and she was also a dancer. Like, you know, she actually had depth to her character. And once the new mom came, because she came after the baby was born, she ain't really have nothing. I don't know if anybody ever peeped that, but she had nothing. We used to, like, talk smack. What's up, Pleasure? We used to talk smack about it. Like, I'm old Aunt Viv or dark-skinned Aunt Viv, light-skinned Aunt Viv. And I understand we used to do that little jokey joke back then. But no, like, if you, like, seriously sit and you watch the show and you pay attention to, like, camera time and lines and the stuff they got to say and scenes they got to be in, the new Aunt Viv, they, like, really watered her down. There was episodes she wasn't even on there. I was like, dang, I peeped it, like, and that was recent. That was probably the last, like, 4 or 5 months I've been watching The Fresh Prince, and I've been like, dang, they, like, I wonder if her check was lower because of that. Because they didn't give her any depth in her character, like, none. For real, y'all, go watch that season with Aunt Viv. For real, I want y'all to do me a favor and binge watch. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, just watch the new season with the new Aunt Viv and watch how watered down they made her. Yeah, see, you said I didn't like the new Aunt Viv. And I think for me, when I said it when I was younger, it was just off of comfort. Like, I know this lady. How you gonna just get rid of her and bring somebody else? I was used to the old Aunt Viv. I liked the old Aunt Viv. But I liked Will Smith enough, you know, the show, that I kept watching it until the series was over. But it wasn't as good. It definitely wasn't as good. I would skip a couple of episodes and be busy with life, and I wasn't, like, rushing home to watch it. It just wasn't as good. And I like the lady that played the new Aunt Viv. Don't get me wrong, but she's a great actress. I've seen her in other stuff, and I love her. But in Fresh Prince, they totally watered down her character. And it was just like, But I watch a lot of these shows now. When I rewatch them as an adult, I watch them different. I look at them from a different perspective. I'm a mom, you know, so I can now understand mothers a lot more. When I was a kid, I was relating to the young ones. When I was a teenager, it was like young adults. Now I'm relating to the parents. It's totally different perspectives each time. And I can appreciate everybody and their art and what they did. Like, even with Fresh Prince, I can appreciate James Avery and how amazing of an actor he was. In Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, he was really, really good. And as a kid, you know, we're not watching for that. But as an adult, I'm like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, he was really good. Smart Guy is something that I love to watch. I can sit and binge Smart Guy. I like seeing little TJ. And then it's got some classic episodes, like Destiny's Child was on there. Hey, that was one of my shows, okay? Oh, the new show, Bel-Air on Peacock. So I think it's interesting. I've actually watched a few seasons of it. I did get off and I stopped watching it for a while. I don't know. I think I got busy and I just never went back to it. But I like that they put my spin on it. I like that it wasn't like a copycat. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see somebody trying to be these characters again, like in the way that they were doing it. So to make it a dramatic interpretation of it, I like that. And I like Jeffrey. That was the one I was really, really liking. Yeah, so I do like that. I need to finish watching it because it was good. I like Coco Jones in it as Hillary. Like, I do like it. So what do you think about it, though? Let me know. Let me know what y'all think. You said In the House. Yes, that's my show. Debbie Allen, Maya Campbell, LL Cool J. We got Carlton, Alfonso. Kim Wayans was on it. Like, it had two separate shows, even in the house, because they had a recast too. Because once Debbie Allen left, it was like Debbie Allen and the son left, and then I think her character's name was Tiffany. She stayed, and LL Cool J was there, and then they brought in Alfonso and Kim Wayans and Lark. I can't say her last name, but she came too. And it was weird because it just shifted, but they kept it going for a little bit. It didn't last long after that though. So I think Debbie Allen was like the magic for it for me, but that was a good show. Alicia, did you call her and see what she wanted? I don't know. Steve Harvey show. I just start rewatching that. Seriously, like I just start watching Steve Harvey on Friday. I can't remember what it's on. It might be on Hulu, but I just start watching it, and I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm pleasantly happy to start watching it. Like, yeah, this show was good. Rest in peace to Muriel Santana, who played Romeo. Yeah, for sure. But that's a good show. Another good show talking about teachers. And this person who played this character of the teacher is following me on Instagram. So shout out to Mark Curry for hanging with Mr. Cooper, because that was my show. Hanging with Mr. Cooper was my show. Okay, I love that show. And funny enough, I like both, like, because, you know, they always be having these recasts, and we got to, like, keep watching or we let it go. But when they recast it for, when they got rid of Dawn Lewis, who played Jaleesa on Different World, they got rid of her. I don't know if she ended up getting another gig or leaving, but then they brought Raven Simone and the person that played her mother. I don't know what her name is, but it was a lady that played her mother, and they brought them on the show. And I watched Hanging with Mr. Cooper till it wasn't on no more. That was my show. And I liked it when it had Dawn, and I liked it when it had Raven. Like, I liked both of them. I think when Raven came, though, it made it a little more relatable to me because I was still, like, young. So, you know, it gave kids and whatever. But he was a teacher, so you saw teenagers and stuff, but it gave, like, little kid as well. What else we got? Yes, we said Steve Harvey. Yes, I like that show. And there you go. Jamie Foxx show, girl.